Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Robert Mueller should be arrested for conspiracy to overthrow the President of the United States. Craig Roberts have a very interesting article at the Institute for Political Economy. It's a very interesting article. I'm just going to go through this article and give a little commentary afterward. The Mueller report, which had no choice as to there was no evidence but to clear Donald Trump of conspiring with Russian President Putin to steal the last U.S. presidential election for Hillary Clinton. Nevertheless, managed to keep an aspect of the manufactured hoax known as Russiagate alive by indicting some Russian intelligence officers and a Russian internet clickbait operation for attempting to discredit Hillary with internet postings. At the time, I noticed that Mueller's indictments were based only on assertion and not on any evidence. As there were no prospect whatsoever of fake indictments coming to trial, I did not comment on them. I focused instead on Mueller's statement that Trump might have obstructed justice, although he lacked evidence to support the charge. I noted how corrupt American laws has become when it is possible to obstruct justice in the absence of a crime. The Democrats and prostitutes were determined to get Trump by any means and remain uninterested in how justice is obstructed when there is no crime. In retrospect, not picking up Mueller's indictment by hearsay of Russians was a mistake. Not only had the Democrats continued their Russiagate campaign on the basis of unsubstantiated indictments, but more importantly, the indictments by assertion alone show Mueller's total lack of moral character. A prosecutor in need of former director of the FBI who confuses his unsubstantiated allegations with evidence is not only a person devoid of any respect for law, but also an extremely dangerous person to have been vetted for the high government position that he has held. How did a person as corrupt as Robert Mueller get confirmed in his appointment as U.S. Attorney, U.S. Assistant Attorney General, U.S. Deputy Attorney General, and Director of the FBI? That's a person as ethically challenged as Robert Mueller, who reads through so many confirmations by the U.S. Senate proves how utterly corrupt the U.S. government is. How does an American patriot respond to a government filled with corrupt individuals serving their private careers by serving not the American people, but the powerful private interests that control their careers or the interests of a foreign country that purchases their loyalty? Many of these permanent Washington fixtures, such as Trump's National Security Advisor John Bolton, serve Israel's interests at the expense of America's interests. An American nationalist who attempts to serve American interests has little chance against a powerful lobby. Every year, Congress hands over to Israel enough billions of dollars for Israel to purchase every federal election and many state ones. It is not possible today for anyone who is not a friend of Israel to serve in a presidential appointment that requires confirmation by the U.S. Senate. As Admiral Tom Moore, Chief of Naval Operations and Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, said, no American president can stand up to Israel. No truer words have ever been spoken. Before any American president can attempt to America's interests, he must first attend to Israel's interests. Generally speaking, the Israel lobby stresses that American interests conform to Israel's interests. Therefore, Israel's interests are America's interests. If you disagree with this, you will not go far in the U.S. government. I'm going to stop right here for a second. Even though I don't agree with most of what Ilhan Omar has been saying, ever since she started coming out, more publicly against Israel, you're seeing some of the attacks that's been coming out against her pertaining to Israel. You don't really see her being attacked on her anti-American stuff, I'm talking about on the left, not on the right. You don't see the left attacking her on her anti-American stuff. You just see the Democrats and the leftists attacking her on her anti-Israel stuff. So that shows that I kind of agree somewhat to what Paul Roberts is saying in this article so far, somewhat. The Mueller's indictment of Russia for attempting to throw the presidential election to Trump is substantiated and has been highlighted by U.S. Federal District Judge Dabney Friedrich. The judge just ruled that Mueller's assertion of Russian sweeping and systematic interference in the presidential election does not constitute proof of the charge. It is not but an unsubstantiated indictment based on nothing but an assertion by the special prosecutor. Mueller provides no evidence in his report to support the claim. Mueller is so corrupt that he uses his unsubstantiated indictment as evidence for the indictment. In other words, the federal judge has ruled that Mueller has made a false indictment. If that is not a felony, it should be. The corrupt Mueller covers up his absence of evidence for his indictments by using language such as widely reported, confirmed, established. He is referring to the words used by his stable of prostitutes, media whores, and who paid the way for his false accusation. Yeah, that's true. They basically use reports that's given to the newspapers as facts. And these reports that's given to the newspaper, a lot of it have been disinformation and unsubstantiated sources and anonymous sources giving the news this information that Mueller pointing to and saying, see, here's the proof here, when none of this stuff has been substantiated. But the article goes on to say, a country without a media is a police state. The only media the West has is the English language Russian media and the alternative media on interest sites, such as this site, Informing Clearinghouse, Global Research, Lou Rockwell, and Unz Review. The Russian media was banned from the conference on press freedom because the Russian media is free and the UK and US media are not. The people really in charge, PRICs, are at work shutting down the rest of us as fast as they can. I kind of agree and kind of a little bit disagree with this article. He said that the Russian media press is free. Yes and no. They have a little bit more freedom than our press. But they still have, Russia still has some control over their media. Even RT, which I watch and read sometimes RT too. But even to a certain extent, Russia do own, have a lot of say in what RT says. But you still get a lot of good. Don't get me wrong. You still get a lot of good information out of RT, and I trust RT a lot more than I trust something like a CNN or MSNBC or something like that. But you don't try to say that Putin don't have any say in stuff like RT when he actually does. The article goes on to say, before long, the only words you will hear will be those used to control you. The word freedom will be redefined as per George Orwell's 1984, or be prohibited. It will die as a word whose meaning is unknown. Wow, that's powerful. In the 21st century, the U.S. government has destroyed civil liberty, free speech, and accountable government. There is no longer any reason for people who want to be free to support any Western government or political party that is in power. The Western world has no greater enemy than its own governments and the private interests governments represent. While you await the final cutting out of tongues, say a prayer for Judge Frederick. Americans don't know that a federal judge, indeed any judge, can be arrested by police on false charges and prosecuted by prosecutors based on fake evidence. The judiciary no longer has the independence that the separation of powers provide. Judges can be punished if they rule against the interests of those in whom the predominance of power resides. Those were the prominence of powerful rule. Of the predominance of powerful rule, not the law, the Constitution, or the people. Wow, that's a powerful article. He broke out a lot in here. Some of the stuff I agree with, some of the stuff I don't agree with. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of this article. You think Paul Craig Roberts is hitting the nail on the head with this, or not? Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Till next time. We living on a real nightmare. We living on a real nightmare.